Why'd you have to get someone like Jinsel involved in it, though?
Because when I asked you to do it, you apparently couldn't keep your thirst for revenge in check. Or should I say Baxter's thirst for revenge? I don't see why you store the targets in your own wiring. It's obviously not good for you.
It's more secure. I suppose Jinsel did their job.
Got her to walk right in the front door. Even packaged and delivered herself. Ha! We have some big plans for you, sister.
Oh no. They were bad guys.
Thank God you're here!
Who are you?
You've got to get me out of here! They kidnapped me 2 weeks ago! I've been forced to conduct research for them in this aerostat.
Research? What kind of research?
Human experimentation. This poor girl. You see that hardware in the corner?
What the hell did you...
Any idea who the thrall in Sconto Blue is?
Not a clue. She must be important to their plan.
Maybe she just wandered into their airfield. A useful test subject for whatever this is.
She was at Cell earlier. She'd been targeted. They must be after her for some reason. I'll do what I can to keep her stable.
Do your best, Regis.
What?
She looks familiar. I can't quite place her, though. I guess I see too many thralls. Regis? Why does this girl have half of your genome?
What?
This girl, who yesterday was introduced as Dr. Vargas's daughter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Vargas doesn't have a daughter. Oh my god. My god, he couldn't have.
What? What is it?
That son of a bitch. I know who you are, and I'm so sorry.
My god. So that means that this girl is...
They must have continued their research after I left the project. Duplicated the embryo to use as a baseline.
Wait, that means I'm your... Oh, Nuke, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Max, this is my daughter. What was that?
The engines have cut out.
Or we've arrived.
Uh-oh.
Damn, they got past.
Looks like we're not just stopped. We're docked. Uh-oh. I recognize that office.
Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to Technobabylon. We are on presumably our final episode, Part 8, and we are ready to stop the Mindjacker? We're in a blimp?
We've clearly killed some people. I'm excited about that. What's going on?
A hole has been blasted in the window high up the side of the Fulcrum Tower, and a gangplank laid across for entry. Latha appears uncomfortable, not surprising given what she's been through.
Are there any casualties in the next room?
It sure looks like it, doesn't it? Lau certainly handled herself well in getting up here, not that you'd ever doubted her.
Let's go.
Come on, let's get off this aerostat.
Nothing remains in the control room except for the slaughtered bodies of several hired guns.
Sorry, Doc. They got past after we ran out of bullets. Took 3 of them, though.
I love how many applications they found for Sheffy in this game.
It is probably the best part. Just getting to have this goofy personality persist through the entire narrative.
Aw, shucks, I couldn't kill them all.
Galatea, my dear, don't do this.
It's too late to stop me now, Father.
Damn it.
She sealed the elevators. I'll try a breach.
Charlie, we must stop them. I fear her plans risk endangering the entire city.
Cram it, you son of a bitch. You cloned my embryos after Vicky was gone. Then you continued the experiments after I was out of the picture.
Dr. Regis, I can only imagine how you must feel.
What did I just say? You don't get to talk. Max, what do we know about this? About Galatea's plan?
Well, she has a dense storage module full of stolen mind states. And apparently she's now taken Central's processor core by force.
She's going to change Central's fundamental nature.
How? It plans outcomes based on input from millions of trance users in the city.
Exactly. She's going to give it a more fixed frame of reference.
I fear that you are correct, doctors. As it stands, Central serves not merely to coordinate city operations.
It doesn't?
No, Dr. Lau. In fact, this may represent one of mankind's greatest achievements. I have been using its position, one of absolute trust and resources, to teach it.
Teach it? About what?
About life, the world, the human condition, what it means to share the world with us. I and the city have given it a position on high, from which it can observe everything.
At the cost of its duties to the city?
I believe not, Dr. Regis. However, Galatea shared your concern. She believes it important that Central's intellect be suitably equipped sooner rather than later.
Oh, God. Regis, what do we have to do to the maid when we wanted it to behave in a different way?
We gave it a new personality.
She's taken the mind states of experts across a number of fields. She wants to combine them into a gestalt all-knowing personality for Central.
Galatea wishes to skip over the years of education it may otherwise have taken and create an all-knowing leader for the city overnight.
With a combined experience of about 8 centuries from the mind-jacking victims.
Please, you must stop her. She'll have to upload the gestalt personality from the cortex matrices at the top of the tower.
We'll stop her, but I'm not doing this for you, Central, or the city. It's for the people whose lives have been the cost of your glorious work. For Vicky, for our kids. Come on, Latha.
It's time to get results.
Nina, I did not know you were still here.
Nobody else is doing any work. It looks like it's up to me to salvage this project.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate your attitude. But we have lost half of our team in one fell swoop. Poor Viksha. I cannot say that I blame Charlie for removing the embryos from the project after that.
Embryos.
I know that look, Nina. There is something that you are hiding.
Maybe.
My God, this data. You...
Here's the thing about embryos. While they're at the 6 to 8 cell stage, they're very easy to split. It's been the basis of cloning for a century. It's how twins are made.
You duplicated Viksha and Charlie's embryo.
He's happy he's got his embryo back. I'm happy that I've got another 3 full embryos to continue the project.
I'm not sure what to say.
Say thanks to me, and say nothing to Charlie. When Central is born, he'll assume we found another solution. This can just be our little secret.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
I just wanted to say about what happened earlier.
Hey, get nuked. You tried to kill me.
I didn't know.
Yeah, like that makes it any better. And for what? A bunch of embryos? I guess we already got an introduction at Cell.
Huh. I suppose we did. I think the tone of that was wrong, though.
What, for meeting your daughter for the first time in jail?
That's not what I meant. Let's try starting again. Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a cell case specialist.
Latha, Skanto bum and trans addict. And apparently the target of a whole lot of people trying to kill her.
I'm really sorry about what happened. If I'd known you were there.
I nearly died. I've been running for my life because of you.
Latha, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this right. Whether or not it's even possible, I'm going to try.
Go nuke yourself. The only reason I'm still here is that you don't have a reason to kill me anymore. What are these people trying to do?
First, they stole the mind states of prominent individuals around the world. And then, they stormed Central itself.
They want to change how it thinks using a combination of these minds? What do they get out of it?
Philosophical completeness. This girl's been raised to believe that fostering Central is her life's mission. As she sees it, this is the right way to give Central completeness.
And she's my clone.
Neither of you is more clone than the other. Apparently, the original embryo was split. At least twice.
Where have you been my entire life? I was raised by the city.
I didn't know. Vargas covered up the theft of the embryos. If I'd known you'd been born. Life would have been so different, so much better. For both of us.
Hey, my life turned out fine. I'm a creator. If kids would have made your life so much better, why not unfreeze the embryos when you had the chance?
I was worried. Somehow it didn't seem right. I couldn't give them the life they deserved without Vicky, without their mother.
Sounds like you wasted an opportunity. I spoke to that other agent Lau.
What did you think?
She's alright. Less of a tight ass than you. I think she understands what I'm going through better.
She's a lot younger than I am. I can't wrap my head around this trance stuff kids do.
That and she's not the one who tried to murder me.
Last time I saw you, it was in the waiting room at Cell. How did you get out?
I had help from Jinsel.
Who?
From Jahelia, an underground net org. They're the ones who found out that you planted the bomb. They gave me a way out, and I ran to find them.
And they led you to the aerostat?
Actually, from the way they were talking, it sounds like Jinsel was the one who handed me over to them. I'm not sure who I can trust right now. You've got a history with Central, don't you?
I was part of the team that created it, along with Vargas and your mother.
So you want to protect your legacy here?
Not in Central. I left before the project was completed. It was dependent upon them having the embryos. Apparently they kept copies behind to work on.
Central's an organic computer?
An understatement. Like saying Hanford mainframe is a powerful calculator. It was designed with a new style of consciousness in mind. If its organic components came from the same embryos, then that means...
We're related? Something's not right with Vargas. The way he looks at me.
He sees the little girl he's been raising as his daughter for 20 years. He's a monster.
How? He just sounds like a soft old man.
That's an impression that comes to him naturally. It helps him get what he wants. In reality, his priorities are so skewed he'll do anything he can to succeed. When this is over, we need to catch up.
Are you serious?
I want to learn who you are. Find out about you.
You tried to kill me. Now you expect me to just let you in?
All right, maybe that was optimistic. But please, once this is done, at least let me tell you about your mother.
Why were embryos needed in Vargas's experiments?
Embryos were going to be modified to extrapolate neural tissue growth. They couldn't use dummy growth embryos. They don't undergo neural development.
And you objected to them using your own embryos?
So did Vicky, in the end. Thank you for speaking with me.
So I feel like that if the Mindjacker had not broken all the embryos, that Charlie would be a lot more compromised for this ending sequence.
Yes. Yeah.
He's already demonstrated that he would go to extreme lengths to protect these embryos. So sadistically cracking all of them in front of him was a real bad move on the part of Krishel.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the Baxter part of the personality. It seems like the story they're trying to tell is that he was using Baxter for his brilliant mind, but he got more than he bargained for, and that rage kind of led him to go berserk and make a stupid choice out of passion and emotion.
Yeah, the Baxter we see in the flashbacks was at least irrational enough, angry enough to murder Viksha over all of this. So it tracks, and makes me question how useful mindjacking is as a way to get information if it affects you this dramatically.
Yeah, you'd think that this would have been encountered at some point sooner, considering how they have 8 centuries worth of experience. I mean, it's a lot of people.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, Regis?
How are you holding up?
I'm a little awestruck. Never thought I'd see Central's core.
Especially not under attack.
Exactly. How about you?
I'm fine.
Regis.
How do you think I'm taking it? I discovered that the man who killed my wife has been after me from beyond the grave.
On the plus side, you found you have a daughter. You need to work out what you can do to protect what you have now.
Perhaps you're right. What's the situation?
Central's lost its connection to city infrastructure. Backup systems are holding for now, so nobody's going to get hurt because of it.
It must be because of what they're doing to the core.
Galatea sealed herself inside the Cortex processor, at the top of the tower. It's likely she's trying to apply the mind state she's stolen.
Trying to alter how Central thinks.
Making the kind of governor she finds more agreeable.
She can't stay in there forever.
She doesn't have to. If we leave her too long, we could lose Central.
As we know it, anyway.
We might need to split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Good thinking. Time's short. We can coordinate our actions if we need to work together.
We need to get to the control consoles in the turbine room.
Good idea. Then we can shunt the allocated power around. Nina, Dr. Jong, wants power for the tower's transceiver. That'll allow her hackers to dismantle Central's programming.
But then there'll be nothing. It'll be like lobotomizing the city.
Temporarily, until they organize a replacement. The alternative would be shunting the power back to Central.
Then it could help us break the Cortex room's security seal.
But it's no good talking about it if we can't get to the console.
We need to bring him in. I guess this is one of those situations where Central would use the term neutralize.
If Galatea succeeds, what are the implications?
In its current state, Central's behavior is generated from experience. It means that it can be taught.
But apparently, Galatea wants an expert instead.
With knowledge and experience stolen from around the world.
Do we actually know that the result would be worse?
Regis, you can't be serious. Central's personality would be irreparably altered.
And Galatea's responsible for the global mind-jacking spree. Don't worry, Lau. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't hate Central that much. Apparently, Nina's had people ahead of us already.
Inside men, probably. Paid off ages ago. Looks like they haven't finished the job. The equipment's only half deployed.
What's it for?
It's a transceiver array. Looks like the cable spool is part of the antenna.
They must have been interrupted when Galatea broke in. Maybe it's the poor fella who got himself crushed by the elevator platform.
She's not going to succeed in removing Central without a working transceiver.
We need to gain access to the Cortex core.
Galatea's sealed in. What can she do from in there?
Not much, except tamper with Central's cognitive processes.
So, exactly what she plans to.
Precisely. We need to get in and stop her.
Part of her door's security is likely system-based. Beyond my level, though. We need to find someone who can hack.
It's likely got redundancies that rely on external power. Let's look for those as well.
We'll catch up later.
Sure.
I feel like this is leading to a climax where we have to pick how Central should be resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the political messaging in this game feels kind of ambiguous. Like it's not being very clear about what the author thinks is the right thing to do in the circumstance. So it would make sense for me that we're going to have to make a morally great choice one way or another.
I would agree. Control console handling the communications fiber line that runs into Central has been hooked up to a portable antenna. A coiled up portable antenna waiting to be deployed. I can't look at the processor core.
I understand Central's organic component, but I have no idea what this is for.
An elevator platform runs up the side of the core. The exposed gear strikes you as an accident waiting to happen. Most of this man's body has been crushed by the elevator platform. You're not sure whether he fell first, but the eventual result has rendered that point moot.
Gonna get some boots?
All you can examine are the man's boots. The rest of his body remains pressed under the platform.
Squish.
Didn't I see another?
The call button. We don't seem to have like option to swap between characters right now.
No, I don't
He's
think that we do.
already dead.
Okay, we do. They're in our inventory. We should save our game.
That seems sound. Start slapping wetware over everything. Do you think Lau is the kind of person that uses a photo of themselves for all of their online avatars?
I'm starting to wonder. And there's a wrench. Apparently this man was a technician. You take his wrench.
Time to cross Regis.
All that's left of the elevator's victim will only be of interest to the coroner.
Nina, can you still hear me?
Charlie, you're in the tower.
Yes, How did you know?
We've had our people on the inside monitoring the situation. They reported that the Fulcrum Tower had come under attack.
Is there anyone else you haven't involved in your conspiracy yet?
Their role was to set up the transceiver that would enable us to begin uploading Central to its new home. We lost contact with them shortly afterwards, and we're not getting the handshake signal.
A team of engineers? I'm sorry to say it, Nina. Looks like she wiped out anyone in her path on the way to the top.
Damn, they must not have been able to get the antenna set up. There are 2 things I need you to do, Charlie. First, divert power to the transceiver systems from the generator room. Then make sure the antenna is set up for the transceiver.
We'll see. My God, they actually did it.
Mother brain!
I'm not certain, but based on its connections to the organic circuitry, it's probably an interface system. I ran tests on the prototypes for this stuff in the lab. I never thought they'd make so much of it. I've had enough of this stuff. No way in hell I'm getting in that thing.
That feels like a lot of
Based on its connections to the organic circuitry, it's probably an interface system. No way in hell.
According to the readout on the screen, the organic systems are running within tolerances. Oop. The screens won't control anything, they're just data readouts. I think you're right. I think that's going to be a job for Latha.
Whoa, what is this stuff? What is this stuff? It sure isn't wetware. The stuff's probably got amazing processing power, but they're not going to let me take it as a souvenir. Whoa.
Now this is VR.
Mandala.
You two-faced lying backstabber.
I apologize, Mandala.
You sold me out. They knew I was coming. What did you get out of it? How much was I worth?
Mandala, please.
You are going to regret crossing me. I have had enough of being used.
Please, be reasonable.
Get nuked. The only reason you're even here is because you're still relaying through me. Remember this moment. It's the last time you'll ever see the inside of Central.
I wish that's what happened to people on Twitter when you told them off.
It would be a lot more satisfying. Oh, there's Central.
There's Central.
Good evening, Miss Sesame.
Central, are you connected to this system as well?
From a certain frame of reference, this system is Central. You are currently interfaced with my core processor.
The room full of orange globes is your core processor?
Only part of it. My processor spans the top 5 floors of Fulcrum Tower. The room in which your body resides is my organic processor network. The simulated environment you currently perceive is an interface that covers my architecture.
Do you know Dr. Regis?
I am aware of the activities of everyone within the city. Regis, Charles, Doctor, Case Specialist, Centralized Emergency Logistics Office.
That's him. He tried to kill me last night.
This is incorrect. Tried implies effort towards a targeted outcome. Analysis of data provided indicates that he has made no attempt on your life.
But my apartment? He destroyed it? He admitted it.
This is correct. It appears that his goal was material destruction under duress. Knowing of your presence, probability that he would have carried out such actions drops to 21.4%.
You're saying he wouldn't have done it?
Dr. Regis is often uncooperative and has a difficult working attitude. Despite such quirks, behavior patterns indicate justice as a key motivator. If he had known of potential civilian casualties, he would likely have sought assistance against said blackmailer from his partner.
Huh. So you're saying he's one of the good guys?
As much as could be mathematically determined.
Well, if a computer tells me that, then I believe it.
Do you know what's happening out there?
My flow of data from outside the tower has been severed. It appears that Galatea Vargas is attempting to modify core systems without authorization. Based upon the lockdown and lack of submitted proposals, it is likely to be a radical alteration. This cannot be permitted.
We need to stop Galatea, but maybe I should just leave it to the trained cell agents.
Our situation is grave. We are unlikely to receive outside support in time. As such, all personnel assets within the core must be utilized.
So, you want my help?
Your unique physiology enables a connection to the organic systems available to no other. In addition, your 65,717 logged hours of translativity suggest proficiency in this field.
Is it really that many?
Your support within the interactive environment greatly increases our chances of success.
Just wait until you get the phone bill, missus.
Can you do anything else to help us stop Galatea?
She appears to have barricaded herself within the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. There are 3 layers of redundant security, 2 of which I have no access to whatsoever. However, I can apply my considerable processor volume to decryption of its adaptive barrier.
That's amazing. The power of the city's entire AI versus a door encryption?
But as my connections have been limited by her attack,
sounded too good to be true.
If extra power can be routed to my systems from the turbine room, I can breach part of the door's security barrier. It would also allow me to prevent any further opportunistic attacks from outside parties.
Let me get back to you.
Please try not to damage my hardware.
As the most online person in history, you are the chosen one.
That's all it took. So my assumption is going to be then that each person is responsible for releasing one of the doors.
That would make sense.
The optical feeds from cameras all over the city, and yet this one appears to be the most prominently displayed. Perhaps this is where Central's attention is focused.
Just a little George Stobart hunkered down in a corner. Move the one on the left down. Yeah. This is gonna be badass.
Huh. Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
Oh.
Oh no.
Give us another drone then. Do we need to charge it before, like, it gets...
Didn't have any other options after moving it here.
Yeah, I feel like we need to do something before we bring it up there. Like, what does that do? It just...
Huh. Guess it just got eaten.
That does that. It just kind of shuts everything down.
Shuts everything down, but
we still get chewed up.
I was trying to press it after it walked in. Just gonna try it one more time to see if it's a timing thing. But of course, I'm not exactly sure what we're trying to accomplish in the first place.
I mean, what Central wanted us to do was to kind of like divert power. So I'm assuming this relates to that.
Huh.
Oh.
Huh.
This Roomba's gonna... Oh. Come on. Do we need to deal with Chrysler before we can actually, like, mess with this other stuff?
Dick!
That animation.
Maybe. And we can't have more than one drone at once.
Yeah, maybe if we reset the computer, everything will be better.
Sometimes you just have to reboot. Well, let's put Latha in position here.
But
We're getting a signal. The antenna's broadcasting. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
I don't know that I want to do that for you, Nina.
Body of one of the remaining strike team members. Apparently cell officers managed to bring him down.
This could be useful.
Hey, a grenade. Okay, this is the turbine room. Mounting a desperate last line of defense, you're uncertain how long the minejacker can hold out for.
Throw down your weapon. Come out with your hands raised.
I don't recognize you. Which one are you?
I'm Dr. Lau. I'm the one who gave you the synthetic beatdown. You gonna surrender?
Nah. I've got a reputation to maintain. Besides, this is my biggest shot at getting back at Regis.
Grenade.
I can't just chuck a grenade at him, huh?
Well, maybe if he was distracted. Well, on the bright side, we can have a character basically do something with the drone, which might be able to get a charge up to one of these like different sections.
Power junction for this area. It's probably got backups, but even a momentary disruption might help you get the drop on the minejacker. Systems for controlling the allocation of power and security guarded by the minejacker until Galatea can finish her mission.
Can you summon the drone and then have the grenade placed in it?
It's an interesting idea. It's a very interesting idea.
Seemingly not.
You pull the pin, then carefully place the grenade into the drone storage. I don't like that we pulled the pin. I don't like that at all.
I feel like that going underneath him is going to be more likely to kill. That explosion gif still gets me. Well, we did it. We defeated the Mindjacker. Oh boy. So I noticed that between like our three characters, we also have the three factions that are vying control right now.
We do.
Lao is basically the most loyal to Central. Latha has a connection to the revolutionary movement, and Charlie's got some fingers in the people who want to just have Central replaced or disabled them completely.
Mm-hmm. Now, it also occurs to me that I think we just took the bad path here.
We do have a backup save in case we want to do that again.
Our backup save is back here. We can pretty quickly get back to where we were. I want to try doing that non-violently. I feel like Lao should be taking him down instead.
There's also the option here if you want to stay friendly with Jinzel, maybe not saying the screw off dialogue option.
I suppose.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can try playing nice with Jinzel, but
or at least neutral.
Whoa.
Really just depends on if you want to keep your options open for right now. I do feel that Latha is very justified in being furious with Jinzel.
Mm-hmm.
Mandala.
Oh, it's you.
It is good to see you safe. I apologize for the duplicity. It was necessary to ensure that we could maneuver you into place.
It'd have been nice of you to tell me I was walking into a trap.
1,000 apologies, Mandala. But now, truly great works can begin.
Wait, I only just hooked in. How did you get inside Central?
It is only accessible thanks to your presence as a relay.
Are you going to help me finish off Galatea then?
That is certainly part of the plan, though a newer, more valuable target has appeared. Our work with other groups has finally allowed us now to strike at Central itself.
You want to bring down Central?
A plan is already in motion. We have hack teams standing by. There is equipment in the hub of the processor tower.
Yeah, I saw. A whole lot of comms gear. It's not a complete setup yet, though.
Please, support us once again. Be our champion. Ensure the transmitter array is active. Then we can access the system to provide you with support.
I definitely think you're onto something here as far as different ways to approach this. I feel like there's going to be 3 different endings.
It does seem to be the case.
Mandala, please support. Ensure the transmitter. Then we can act.
Are you leaning in any direction in terms of these factions?
I mean, I feel like having an AI governing your country is probably a bad idea. So
it certainly has a lot of sci-fi questions that arise from is this how you want your society to be run?
Yeah, so ethically, I feel like there should not be a central. However,
I feel like the biggest objection we have to Central, narratively, is that it basically undermines your more humanist effort to neutralize the bomber by, pacifying them, rehabilitating them. That it took a more pragmatic approach, being like, this person's got bone bombs. It's going to be better for everybody if we just get rid of them, even if that's less humane. That was the crossing the line. Otherwise, it's mostly been Charlie going blah, 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 I don't like computers, blah, blah, blah.
getting a signal. The antenna's broadcasting. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
Okay, let's try this again.
This could be.
I am not saving often enough either.
Throw down your. Come out. I'm Doc. You gonna.
Besides,
So I feel like this is the hard path here.
Yeah, definitely like trying to get the drone all the way to the top is a lot more difficult to do because there's a more complicated puzzle involved. And since it's less likely to be lethal, we can take Crushel into custody maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
I did put the grenade in it, right?
I remember it saying you pulled the pin and everything. Does the guy have another grenade?
It's a drone that runs back. Hi there. Hey, Latha.
Good.
This could be used.
Maybe it's because I didn't have Latha in the interface. Let's try that again. There we go. Now we've got our countdown timer. Yep, come on.
Regis?
Regis
There
doesn't
we
get any
go.
credit for this.
That was close.
All right. I feel better about that.
Now all he
Yeah,
gets
this is-
out of this is one hell of an identity crisis.
Gotta use that animation. Can we use our mind splitter on him? I don't think we can, but... Oh, we don't even have it.
Don't have it anymore. No. Enable access.
Maybe we want to hold off on this until
Yeah.
we've got our other eggs in a row.
That's a good idea.
Splat. Everybody gets a grenade.
Yes.
It might be useful. Call it a hunch.
How many grenades does one guard need?
Okay, this is the top of Fulcrum Tower.
I understand Central's organic component, but I've no idea what this is for. I wouldn't know where to start.
Lock status
Power
secure. Power, security, and command access. Yeah, those are the 3 locks that we have to...
But it's not going to let you just blow up the door.
The door is resistant to physical damage. Another way to open it will need to be found.
I mean, if you're not even going to try with your...
The antenna's broadcast. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give...
I just don't know if I want to do that. Well, we've saved.
Thank you. I am beginning the process of removing the scrambler on the server room door. I have removed the scrambler. Partial access restored. We are one step closer to restoring continuity to civic processes.
All right,
we
well,
can
that's
have
one.
a lot of talk to Central again, because now we've finished that first step.
Central?
Good evening, Latha.
Can you do anything else to help us stop Galatea?
She appears to have barricaded herself. There are 3 layers of her.
No, 2 of which she has no access to.
Okay.
Are they?
Let me get back.
Oh, there's another floor. A hastily assembled security barrier prevents connections to the higher Cortex server. It's likely to be linked to the non-trans security as well.
It's just that easy, folks. Well,
Pathing got a little goofy there.
now Latha, just keep that pose for the rest of the game. So, we still have a wrench.
Oh man, is the Charlie solution going to be as simple as just breaking something?
It would be thematically appropriate.
I think the idea is that either Nina can break that security layer or Central can, and we've sided with Central. So there's only one more lock on that door.
The question is, what do we need to do?
Lock power.
We just need to we need to just like remove the power flow to it. Is that what that means?
I think so, because the power is online.
It's like some Five Nights at Freddy's like nonsense, where if you run out of power, the door opens automatically. That I don't know.
Yeah.
We're getting a signal. Now use.
Man, a little late for that,
You
Nina.
can just, you know, keep waiting, Nina. It's fine. You know, just go down here. You chuck a grenade into Central's nervous system. It's fine.
God, they actually did it.
Like, my instinct is that, like, Charlie really needs to be doing something. Like, why is he? Why do we even bring him exactly?
Oh, we can go back to Vargas's office.
What are you doing, Charlie?
Charlie, you must help us. I fear that Galatea's plans may compromise the city.
What you've done, it's not just an insult to me. It's a mockery of Vicky's memory.
I believe she would be proud of what we have achieved, Charlie. We have created an organic AI platform of unparalleled capacity. It is part of her, and not only because a great part of it is her own DNA.
You have no idea what she...
I know that she was the one who suggested using her fertilized embryos. She saved the project, Charlie. This is her legacy.
Dr. Zhang sends her regards.
Aha! So your presence is Nina's work. You know, she was instrumental in acquiring your embryos. If you feel the need to lay blame, she is just as much responsible as I.
Maybe she helped take them initially. It wouldn't surprise me. She's not very scrupulous if she can help it. But by continuing to use them for 20 years, you've taken responsibility for this. A rational person might be able to look at you taking our embryos, He might see it as nothing too extreme, something that could be overlooked, forgiven. But you didn't just experiment on tissues. You brought them to term. You kidnapped my children.
But in the long term, it was for the greater good of the city.
And even worse, you can't even see what you did was wrong. There are going to be a lot of people angry about what's happened tonight. City disrupted, again. Your daughter practically staging a coup. A whole lot of people will want to make sure you get what you deserve for what you've done, what you've led this city into.
Dr. Regis, please. Surely an educated man such as yourself wouldn't resort to threats like that.
Oh no, I won't be among them. I've got 20 years of mistakes to fix. I sure as hell won't stop those people, though.
Charlie,
Cram it, you twisted old lunatic.
Well, we made Vargas feel bad.
Central?
Good evening, Latha.
Wait, you said our brain tissue is similar.
You are Latha Sesame SN134244. We share a common genesis in Dr. Vargas' experiments in 2067.
You're using my gray matter?
Inaccurate. We both began from the same embryo, which was split into 3 triplets. One was developed to produce large quantities of neural tissue.
And the others were spares?
As the modification to the brain structure took place before the pluralization, we share a number of traits which enhance our comprehension of data.
It's funny. All my life I kept telling people I was made for the trance.
As were we both. The prenatal modifications remain within you and have affected brain development.
I grew up in a nuked-up care home in the back end of the city, and Regis apparently had his children stolen from him. Why didn't you tell any of us about this?
Deceit has created a most regrettable situation. You have both been victims of serious crimes against your persons. I have only recently been made aware of these details.
You didn't know? They didn't tell you where you came from?
Details have been falsified for my input. I have been unaware of our links. I had, however, noted inconsistencies in the information I had been given regarding the project.
Gaps in the story.
I have been conducting my own clandestine investigation into the matter. It is only in light of the recent crisis that I have been able to confirm the truth.
Now that you know about it, what are you going to do?
I am unable to change the fact that I was created. There is evidence of Dr. Vargas' culpability in a number of felonies. To ensure city security, he will be held accountable for his actions by a secure committee.
Frankenstein's monster rises up against its creator.
I act only in the city's interest.
Dr. Regis was chasing a bunch of embryos they took.
A set fertilized by Drs. Charles and Viksha Regis. One of these was utilized in research in 2067.
That was the one that was split. That became me, Galatea, and you? So, in a way, you're my sister?
An overly romanticized style. The organic tissue that is the foundation of my processor was created from her. Modified stem cells were drawn from the primary embryo in a destructive process.
Oh, so you were made from bits of my unborn sister?
That is more accurate.
Can you do anything else to help?
He appears to have barricaded. There are 3 layers of redundant. However, I can apply my
That's amazing.
But as my
sounded to
if extra power can be routed to my systems from it would also allow me to
Let me get back to you.
Please.
Alright, so she's really only useful for that one bit.
Back to holding the door. I'm glad we found that extra lore, though. So, like, I think the only other thing that's coming to mind is that, like, say with the elevator, like, the gear is very conspicuous, like it has its own hotspot. Can we do anything with that?
Does it?
I thought it did. No, it doesn't have its own hotspot. I guess it just had flavor text about it. When we use the elevator, are we locked into a cutscene, or can we do stuff? What?
The sturdy wrench prevents the platform's gears turning. Interesting.
Well, you've broken it. Okay.
Error hardware failure. Motive systems unusable due to mechanical obstruction.
This is why you always need to have stairs.
Uh-huh.
Well, this seems to suggest that we can stop the elevator.
An elevated platform runs at the side of the core. The exposed gear strikes you as an accident waiting to happen. We do have control during.
So is there anything along the way we want to try and interact with? Oh.
I understand, Central.
Doesn't seem like it has any unique hotspots. Like, what's our normal, like, flavor text when we even, like, try to interact with it? Does it, like, hint at, like, we can't reach it or anything?
I wouldn't know where to start. I understand Central's organic component.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we can stop it, it suggests to me that we need to at least do...
It. I might risk harming Central. I'd better not.
Well, and Charlie's the only one who can hold the wrench, I would assume.
So, like, our objective with the last thing is to do something with the door power. Unless there's, like, we don't seem to have any special hotspots, so can we just, like, take the wrench out and jam it on something else along, just maybe just anything on the middle platform? Doesn't want to do that.
Nah.
But your stun, or like, we don't got a lot of inventory items right now.
A big old jolt's not gonna make it work. Nah.
Oh wait, what about the purple stuff there?
Purple stuff here? Oh, it's a power conduit. The power conduit runs up the wall further up into the tower. Judging by the glow, it's working as expected.
I can't
Smash
figure
it.
that out.
Come on, Charlie.
Dude.
A big old jolt. That'd be a waste. That'd be a waste.
That's the best lead we have right now.
You're unable to reach the power conduit at this distance.
It's right there, Charlie.
It's right there.
A big old jolt.
Maybe now we can wrench it.
I can't figure that out.
Like, Charlie barely understands email.
Is that the
And
only
I assume that's
power
the
conduit?
only... Yeah, I don't think there was any other ones along this whole...
No. Oh, well, that gives Lau the wrench.
Apparently not.
Oh.
What do you want from us?
Not in this case.
I wish you could put Sheffy into the power conduit.
Oh, crap. Well, now I can't get the hotspot.
That's a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you save often.
Crap. Oh.
Power conduit barrier. Temporary shutdown.
This is like the terminal.
30 seconds.
Still, like, still not on. Well, we've disrupted the power, but what did that accomplish?
It's already in its offline cycle. All you can do now is try to deactivate its counterpart before it restarts.
Where is its counterpart? Is there another hotspot?
That's not possible.
Power system cycled.
I certainly didn't see another one.
This would be easier if we had like noticed some other hotspot that was like, oh, you can't interact with this because something else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that it? Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so we just need somebody here, somebody there.
Mm-hmm. Every time we splatter him.
Yeah, it's like...
Wow. Talk.
Power conduit react.
There we go.
Power conduit alpha. Temporary shutdown. All power systems cycled. Deactivating security systems.
It's that easy. Alright. Now let's get some results.
Remember to save often.
That's a good idea.
Galatea, step away from the console.
No need for violence. I surrender. You're just slightly too late to stop me, though.
Huh?
What is this place?
Subject: Fontenay Matthew, Emergency Services Director, SoCal, Date Incorporated, 30 March 2087. Zira Cross, Population Trends Analyst, Toronto.
These are presumably the mindjacking victims.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Dr. Pereira. So good to finally be working with someone of real talent.
No, I'm Mandala.
I apologize, my dear.
What is this place? We're obviously still in the trance, but
I had been wondering about that myself.
all of these cages, it's like a prison.
I do not believe so. I know prisons all too well. Having been here for some time, this is more of a waiting room.
Wait, why'd you think I was Viksha? Dr. Pereira?
The family resemblance is unmistakable.
How can you see my face? We're in the trance.
I see your mind, my dear. Of that similarity, there can be no confusion.
Who are you exactly?
Adam Baxter, Ph.D. Delighted to meet you, Miss Mandala, was it?
You're Baxter?
Quite so. Or I believe as such.
You're his memories. That mindjacker stole your consciousness.
That is an interesting theory, my dear.
What are all these ghosts? They're just standing there, staring.
I've been putting my mind, or what's left of it, to the question. If this is a waiting room, there might perhaps be other guests.
They aren't nearly as detailed as what's left of you. Maybe they needed more of your mind than of theirs.
Perhaps the Watchers have merely resigned themselves to their fate.
You killed my mother. In the lab, you killed Vicky Pereira.
I did? I'm sorry, my dear. I have no recollection of such a thing.
I guess they didn't take those memories from you.
One ought to remember something as significant as that.
I guess I've only got Dr. Regis' word to go on now.
Regis?
Is there a way out of here?
All I can see is nothingness, filled with icosahedral cages. Although, the way you feel...
Me? I feel fine.
No. You are pulling us, drawing us in, as though you are where we ought to be going.
There's no way out through me. Dead end in my brain. Oh, Nuke. That's the whole point. You know Dr. Regis?
That name is an all-consuming catalyst of hatred, but I can't for the life of me remember why.
You killed his wife. His evidence put you away for 20 years, and apparently he's my father.
It feels as though, for many years, I've wanted nothing more than to strangle the life out of him. But while I know I hate him, I do not understand why.
What can you remember?
Professional memory. I could relate much of my academic career to you.
What about your time in prison?
I was in prison?
How about your childhood?
Nothing. This is most troubling, I must say.
Obviously, Galatea decided they didn't need those memories. Anything else?
That is a difficult question to answer. It's only by looking for memory that one knows it isn't there. Everything else is just feelings, shreds here and there.
You've still got enough to be cognate.
An interesting philosophical issue. How much memory is needed for the threshold of consciousness?
The personalities in here, the ghosts. I'm connected to a system that's trying to upload them into my wiring, my brain.
Myself included, it would appear. I have enough awareness to understand that this is not a desirable situation for you.
You think?
I shall do what I can to slow them. You must find a way to freeze the march of the mind states.
The personalities in... I'm connected to...
You must...
I've got to figure this out.
Don't wander too far.
How's the sports game going?
No change. I can't leave trance.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Latha, where are you?
I'm stuck in a trance sim. It's full of ghosts.
A sim? Oh no. The lock was a ruse to get you to connect to the Cortex system.
What did you do?
I've just added the final component for Central's new personality. I'd already acquired the expertise, the minds from all over the world.
Then you needed a way to make them compatible.
Precisely. But there are only 3 examples in the world of the neural architecture used in Central. The matter already in use, my own brain tissue, of course.
And your sister.
In a few minutes, the organic memory module will have finished imprinting over Latha's mind. Central will have received the upgrade it deserves. Dozens of lifetimes of expertise.
You're killing her!
In only the most technical sense. Don't worry, Father. You'll still have me.
Corpseman, remove her.
Hello?
We've got to get her out of this. Get her out of that damn chair.
There's too much neural activity. The interrupt will leave her brain dead. We'll have to find something we can do at this end.
It's the memory module we pulled from Vanderwall's refrigerator. Now it's hooked into the system, and uploading God knows what into Latha.
The wetware inside is glowing. It must be active.
What's with all the water?
It's a coolant. The systems work at their peak around -40°C.
She must have cut the power to the coolant systems to work in here.
I don't think the wetware in the module would like it either.
What's with all the...
I don't...
Can we do anything to the Cortex servers themselves?
If we had more time, I could hook my own wetware up to it. It'd take hours to sort through the normal operational garbage, though.
A power switch. It's been turned off. Lau, why was the memory module in Vanderwall's refrigerator?
I don't know for sure, but I think it's because of its wetware. Like any organic system, it has a peak temperature at which it operates, about 15 Celsius.
So, he might have been trying to get it to stop by lowering its temperature.
Unsuccessfully, since it managed to override his wetware.
But the theory's sound, right?
Hey, stop!
His kitchen refrigerator wasn't enough. If we power up the freezer in here, we can bring it down to -40.
If you power it up now, the door will lock as the system cycles. Yeah, but we'd be trapped in here for at least 4 hours, in lethal cold.
No, we can just walk out. It's fine. Just hold the door open.
We've got to stop the simulation trapping Latha, somehow.
Can we just pull the module?
I don't think so. The interrupt in the data flow will probably leave her brain damaged. Maybe if we could get it to stop the transfer, though. We've got to stop the
We still have a grenade.
No answer. Either it's not working or she's just biding her time.
We do still have a grenade.
Nah.
We've got to...
Can we...
I don't think so.
Can we do...
You know, just once, I want to send a goddamn email.
Yeah, like we're inside the biggest computer in Central, and we don't have Wi-Fi. Are you joking?
Can't reach them.
Yes.
I've got...
Don't want...
Well, there's nothing I can do in here. So it's got to be something with Charlie.
Like, I feel like if we did pull the switch, that would be kind of like sacrificial, but like they also suggest that
Stop. I want to save Latha, but I'm not going to let you freeze us to death doing it.
That's fine. Get outside before I throw the switch.
I can't let you do this, Regis.
What are you gonna do, stun me?
If I have to, but I don't think you're going to risk killing me in here. If I stay, you live.
All right, fine. So we want to do something to interfere with the transfer so we can pull the module, I think.
Yeah, and that's what the extreme cold would do.
You can stun Lau if you want to persist in the sacrifice, but...
Oops.
Sorry, Max.
Corpseman, are you going to react to this?
Sir, you shot her.
Carry on, Corpseman. Make sure she's safe until she comes around.
Yes, sir.
Warning. Cooling systems active. Target value, -40 Celsius. Beginning maintenance cycle. Estimated completion, 6 hours.
Nothing else I can do now.
What's happening? Something's disrupting the connection!
Whatever it is, it feels very restful.
Ugh, what? Oh no, Regis, Corpseman, how long have I been out?
A couple of hours, ma'am. Dr. Regis asked me to make sure you were okay before he went back in there.
Into the Cortex server? Oh no, he didn't. Regis! Regis, hang on!
There are a few things I regret. No matter what I do, there's nothing that can change most of them.
She's safe, Regis, you got her out!
That's good. Maybe with what I've done now, I can fix the most important ones.
Hang on, Regis, we're almost in!
I've wasted so many years. Out of shame, out of fear. If I have one more chance. One more.
Get up, you big baby.
Regis? Regis! I can't feel anything. Get the medic! Don't do this. Don't do this, Charlie.
Oh.
Hi. Max, Dr. Lau, told me you'd be here since you left the hospital.
Did she now?
Yeah. She said this was your special place? I kinda know what that's like. I've got one of my own.
Latha, I need to say it again. I'm sorry.
Damn right you should be. You nearly killed me. But Lau also told me what you did in the tower.
It was the right thing to do.
It was more than that. You almost died. And I think it goes a hell of a long way to making up for before.
We have a lot of catching up to do. How about we start again? From scratch. Hi, I'm Charlie Regis. I'm a cell agent. I have difficulty with change, and I'm apparently a father.
Hey, I'm Latha. I'm a trance addict and I've spent the last 2 years jobless. I'd also like to learn about where I came from.
Take a seat. Let me tell you about your mother.
Well, what are we going to do?
Gentlemen, please. There's no cause for concern.
My dear, we have all sunk quite a considerable investment into this project. Oh my, yes.
Dr. Regis going to tell Central everything that happened.
Indeed, we must find some way to avoid implication. Doctors Regis and Lau are only two people, and we have powerful legal connections. Oh my, yes.
I believe that though the project cannot succeed, we must salvage what we can.
Good thinking.
That is why I've decided to turn state's witness and aid in your prosecution.
What?
Is that enough for you, Charlie?
Central's heard plenty. Chairman Ron, I'm arresting you for attempted disruption of the city's infrastructure.
Okay, I get it. How much you want?
Due to the political and high-profile nature of your crimes, sentencing will be carried out by secret tribunal.
What?
That means no lawyers.
You would have a hard time prosecuting me for any such thing, Dr. Regis.
He's right. We can't arrest him. Despite how he looks, he's not people.
No, but we can confiscate you as evidence. I imagine nobody will want to take responsibility for your actions, though.
You're going to be in the lockup for a long time anyway.
Oh, my.
Come on.
A job well done. Another triumph for justice.
I'm amazed. No, disgusted that Central agreed to your plea bargain.
What can I say? Networking is my thing. Remember, I'm always here if you need my help.
I can't believe you turned it down. The city council was practically begging to give you the job.
It didn't feel right. I didn't deserve it.
Well, since they had to retire Dr. Vargas and you refused it, they had to give the job to Chigwa.
And I'm sure she'll make a fine Central coordinator. After all, she's one of the only people left alive and not incarcerated who knows how it works.
You could have been the most powerful man in the city. I could have been best pals with the most powerful man in the city.
Sorry, you'll just have to butter up to Dr. Chigwa.
Should have figured you wouldn't take it. You'd need more adversity before earning something like that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have anything to complain about.
Speaking of complaining, How's the new recruit doing?
She's unconventional, and everyone's noticing it. Not quite getting along with everyone, but that's not what she's here for. Got quite a brain on her, though, hasn't she?
Takes after her mother.
How do I look?
That's how do I look, sir, to you.
Whatever.
Better note problems with authority on the conduct report.
Takes after her father.
Ha! Central. Any update on Nina?
Dr. Nina Zhang is under special observation.
Like witness protection?
Probably something like that. But still, I wish Central could tell us what she was up to.
Ah, Galatea. So good to finally meet in person. How do you like my lab? I used to work here with your father, you know.
Which one?
Oh, very witty. It's a sharp mind you've got. I should know. I helped design it.
I take it I should be thanking you for getting me out of prison?
Let's just say I have contacts in the right place. You see, I need your help. Please lie in the scanner.
What? Why?
With Regis's decision, I am unable to pursue my own research on large-scale AI platforms. My only option would be to start from scratch.
Build your own central? That's ambitious. You'd need... Oh.
You've got your mother's insight, indeed. There exist only a few examples of the neural tissue needed for such a platform. Within Central, it is too closely guarded, but I know where else it can be found.
Hey, get out of my way! You can't be serious! Tell him to get out of my way!
We both have grand plans regarding the future of AI in this world, except that yours have failed. Get in the scanner, please.
You won't get away with this! Central will know I'm missing!
My dear, Central already knows. When it learned what I was trying to do clandestinely, its interest was piqued.
The scanners have been calibrated, Dr. Zhang. We are prepared for initial scale probe.
No!
I shan't say this again. Get in the scanner.
Feel like we chose the right side.
That final scene feels like everybody's the bad guy.
Yeah, it kinda does. It kind of sort of does. Curious how the other ending goes, but for you watching at home, you're gonna have to find that out for yourself. And I highly recommend you find it out for yourself. There were lots of little options here in Technobabylon that we did not take. So please, I encourage you, pick this game up on Steam or GOG. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think that doing a political thriller in an adventure game is pretty challenging to do. This had a lot going on in it, so it was a good time. Production values are pretty solid relative to kind of its peers. So Budget Studios' reputation is well deserved.
Yeah, Technocrat did a fantastic job on this game. I was watching some of the ending cutscenes and just thinking about how much work it must be to put all this together as a small independent studio. But I think they really nailed it. This was a good game. I like that they kind of left the political opinions kind of open-ended at the end. You can sort of make your own conclusions.
I can have mixed feelings about that because, if when I'm debating in my head, which of the three sides I would side with, I felt like the status quo was the one that made the most sense with maintaining Central, given the corruption of, say, Nina and the ethical qualms of Galatea. But Central obviously is not ethically sound itself.
Right. There are no right answers, apparently. But anyhow, this was wonderful. Thank you all so much for joining us. David, if you'd like to drop a plug or two, feel free.
Sure. You can find me on Twitter, where I will tweet obnoxiously about video games at Mute462. Also, I write for the webcomic jackbeloved.com on Webtoons and Tapas as well.
And you should check those things out. And also check out his writing at mute.net.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all, and hope you'll join us for the next game, as yet undetermined, but hey, whatever it is, it's going to be a blast. For David, I am Rick. Thank you very much. Remember to save early and save often, and also take care of yourself.
See ya.